A lot of the women that I work with that's one of the first things they want to learn more about is what are the red flags. And coming from a strengths-based perspective as a therapist, it's interesting because they're the experts on the red flags. They know them all.
Top 10 ways not to make love to a woman.
I had been traumatized and molested in my childhood.
When you kiss her,
Loved me during the day, and of course traumatized me at night.
shove your tongue down her throat right away. Number 2, make sure foreplay is exactly the same every single time you have sex.
They see it as, oh my gosh, he just loves me so much. And I'm saying, stop right where you are. There's a red flag. Let's talk about it.
Number 3, when you have sex,
don't recreate the same relationship with someone else.
tell her not to move. Number 4, when she loses interest in sex, complain all the time about how she never puts out.
I don't know how to regulate my emotions very well, and when I do deal with my emotions, it's in violent ways.
Number 5, make sure you bitch and yell every chance you can when she doesn't perform her wifely duties, such as cooking, cleaning, doing the dishes, or washing your underwear, because evidently no Brazilian man has ever had to iron his own shirts before. And if she tells you to do the damn dishes yourself, make sure you do them loudly and violently. In fact, break a few things. Then she won't ask you to do them anymore.
He's telling you right now what your future's going to be like with him.
Number 6, always compliment her on whatever she cooks for you.
Isolation. She does not have the contact that she used to have with her family.
Even if it's a tuna fish sandwich on burnt toast. Number 7, jealousy. Make sure you go into a jealous rage every chance you get. After you have gotten rid of all of her male friends, start getting jealous of her female friends. Then you can start working on family members.
Or she doesn't have the contact that she used to have with her friends. Or she misses days of work.
Number 8, when all else fails, use violence. Number 9, when the relationship is over,
I'm here to tell you that's not love. And it's not the kind of love that you want your children to learn.
deny that you ever hit her. Call her a liar. Tell all her friends how she made it up. Number 10, when she refuses to ever speak to you again, make sure you hound her and stalk her so she knows she will never be rid of your love and obsession.
When you have a belief system that is generally sexist in nature, let's say, it's only amount of time. You can only hide that for so long when you're getting to know someone. So assuming that I think that maybe some of this is wrong, some of my behaviors are wrong, I can only hide that for so long before things are going to come out that show that kind of like a little crack, and you can kind of see in and kind of see some of those beliefs. And those might come out in sexist jokes. They might come out in very rigid gender roles. So this is what women do, this is what men do.
We don't want you at 25, 35, 45. We don't want to see you doing the same thing that your mother did.
Well, when you apply those to domestic violence, we just look at how do this set of beliefs influence aggressive and violent behavior towards women.
I can tell you that most men do not report that they have been battered or they have been victimized by a female offender. So we see far fewer. Very often the way most facilities see these men or they come with their children because they've been abandoned.
Researchers are suggesting that we address sexual abuse issues from a public health perspective, which would entail preventative measures, early intervention, early education. And so I think that we should do that same thing and take that same concept of public health and apply it to domestic violence and have more preventative kind of things. Early prevention in schools with young boys and young girls. What is domestic violence? What does a healthy relationship look like? What does an unhealthy relationship look like? How to avoid unhealthy relationships, how to recognize them, different ways of addressing how do I deal with emotions, how do I deal with feelings, how do I deal with certain behaviors, and how can I change things?
Can an abuser change his or her behavior?
I would be careful about using the words never. And I would be careful about using the words always. Those are two extremes.
Right.
Personally, I believe that there are very, very few incidences when someone is an offender that person will change. There are very few incidences. The majority do not change. It is a learned behavior that they have practiced over and over and over, and the motivation usually is not sufficiently strong that they will change.
Then you go back to the idea of masculinity and not wanting to receive therapy because I might be perceived as being a fag or a wimp or something along those lines. So I don't deal with some of these past issues. And now here I am as this adult who has all this pain and trauma built up, and I don't know how to deal with it, and other men aren't supportive of it, and I don't know how to express things because of all these years of socialization. And you get to a point, and here they are being abusive, and then we're sending them for programs and saying they went through a 26-week program, they're done.